Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are diving deep, really deep, into the limits of the human mind. We're going to explore a state from Buddhist philosophy that's so profound, it's described as a place completely beyond thought and feeling. But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever actually tried to just turn off your brain? Completely. To get to a place of total mental silence. No inner chatter, no random feelings, not even being aware of the world around you. It sounds pretty much impossible, doesn't it? Well, what if I told you there's a meditative state where that impossibility becomes real?
To even begin to get our heads around this, we first need a map. Not a map of a country, but a map of reality itself. A framework that Buddhist philosophy organized to explain, well, everything.
So this map is basically split into three big levels, or realms. Down at the bottom, you've got the realm of desire. That's us. That's our everyday world, driven by our senses, what we want, what we see, what we touch. Now go up a level and you get to the realm of form. This is a much more subtle, blissful, heavenly world that you can be reborn into if you've got good karma and you're a skilled meditator. And then at the very, very top, you have the realm of formlessness, a purely mental heaven, an existence with no physical body at all, just pure consciousness. Okay, so we've mapped out existence all the way up to these super refined, formless heavens. But here's the twist. What if, for Buddhism, even the most perfect, blissful heaven isn't the final destination? Right here is where Buddhism drops a real bombshell. From its point of view, every single one of these realms, even the amazing ones at the top, is temporary. And because they don't last forever, they all, in a very deep sense, lead to suffering. So the goal isn't to get a better room in the hotel, the goal is to check out of the hotel entirely. And that final exit, that's called nirvana. Now, this is so important. Nirvana isn't another realm on the map. It's not the penthouse suite. It is the complete extinguishing of the flame of rebirth and suffering. It's a perfect, unshakable peace that comes from stepping off that map altogether. So you can see the problem, right? If the ultimate goal is to completely stop, how in the world do you practice for that? This exact question leads us to one of the most radical forms of meditation ever conceived, a state that goes beyond thought itself. You see, before the Buddha, advanced meditators already had a well-trodden path. There were 8 stages of incredibly deep meditative absorption, known as the dhyanas. The first 4 would get you to the realm of form, and the next 4, which were even more subtle and difficult, could lead you to the realm of formlessness. This was the established spiritual ladder. Everyone knew about it. But the Buddha added a 9th level, a secret floor at the top of the skyscraper that no one else knew was there. And this level doesn't lead to another, better realm. Nope, it points directly to the fire escape. This state is called the cessation of perception and feeling, and the name in the original language, Sanya Vedeta Nirodha, tells you everything you need to know. Sanya basically means perception and thought. Vedita means feelings and sensations, and Nirodha means to stop, to cease. So it is, literally, the state where you turn off your ability to think and feel. So what's actually happening here? It's not death, not at all. The physical body is still there, sitting perfectly still. Deep, deep down, the basic stream of consciousness and the person's core will are still active. But everything we normally think of as being alive, our thoughts, our emotions, our ability to hear a sound or feel a breeze, is completely, totally shut down. And this brings us to what is, for my money, the most mind-bending puzzle of this whole topic. If your mind is totally offline, if you have zero ability to think, how do you wake up? Seriously, think about that for a second. There's no internal clock ticking away. You can't possibly form the thought, okay, 7 days are up, time to emerge. You wouldn't be able to hear someone calling your name or feel them shaking your shoulder. Logically, it seems like you'd be stuck in that state forever. The solution is just so elegant, it's almost unbelievable. The decision to wake up isn't made while you're in the state. It's made before you ever go in. It's like you set a mental alarm clock. This is such a cool illustration of the power of intention. You know that feeling when you have a super early flight and you tell yourself over and over, I have to wake up at 4 a.m., and then you just pop awake 2 minutes before your alarm goes off? It's kind of like that, but on an infinitely more powerful scale. The practitioner sets a precise intention. I will emerge from this state in 7 days. That command gets lodged in the deepest level of their will, which stays on, and it just automatically brings them out at the exact right time. No conscious thought needed. So clearly, this is an absolutely incredible feat of mental control.
But who can actually do this? And what's the real point of entering such a profound and, let's be honest, kind of risky state?
Yeah, this is not a meditation for your weekend warrior. According to the texts, only the two most advanced kinds of Buddhist saints can even access this state. You have arahants, who are fully enlightened beings who've already cleaned out all their inner junk, and anāgāmins, who are on the very last step right before becoming an arhat. And they enter it for two very different reasons. For an arhat who's already crossed the finish line, it's a way to get a little preview, a living taste of the final nirvana that will happen when they die. It's like a peaceful vacation. But for an anāgāmi who's almost there, it's like a final deep cleaning process. It helps them scrub away the last, most subtle stains on their mind so they can achieve full enlightenment themselves.
Now, it is so important to get this straight. This state of cessation is not nirvana. It's a tool. It's a temporary experience that points towards the final goal. Nirvana, on the other hand, is the permanent, irreversible destination. Think of it this way. One is the world's most advanced flight simulator. The other is the actual flight, and it's a one-way ticket.
And that really brings us to our final thought for today. Whether you take this as a literal, achievable state or as a profound metaphor, the very idea of it raises an amazing question. If the human mind really contains the potential for this kind of absolute silence and control, what does that say about the untapped depths sleeping inside our own consciousness, just waiting for us to explore?